All right. Okay. So this is it. Okay. I'm gonna start straight away. Am I starting? Sorry. How do I? Always these things are always making me nervous. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I started. I've got one concurrent viewer, which is probably me. Hello. I'm gonna start straight away because who am I to expect um, uh, actual people to watch this? I hope no one watches this. This is purely for me. Anyways, I guess I should start with. Sorry, just really. All right, my audio is working. All right, cool. Sorry, I just want to check if my audio is working. All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, I guess I should start by explaining what I'm doing because, um, okay. Uh, Hello, my name is Jason, and I'm in year 12. So, for those who don't know, I don't know what it feels like to be in college or in university, but as of now, senior high school has been very stressful. Very, very, very stressful. Uh, it's reached up to points where not only am I procrastinating, like I procrastinate like most people, but I procrastinate to a point where um, um, I procrastinate to a point where I physically feel sick. I feel like I'm exaggerating, but like I feel sick whenever I start homework or want to start homework. There was like two people watching. It was kind of made me anxious to find out that someone was actually watching. Anyways, sorry, back to play. Um, and I've tried many tactics of like how to improve this because clearly, uh, sorry. Clearly, this is a problem, right? This is a very, very big problem. Um, this is not something that you should do when you're in your 12. Basically, what's happening is um, even though what does it mean by two playbacks? I hope that doesn't, I don't know what two playbacks mean. But all right, anyways. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So basically what's happening is even though the like things are like getting due, like in the like tomorrow and all that stuff, okay, sorry. I have a lot of I have a lot of things on my mind. Sorry. Um, basically, um, you know how most people procrastinate. They procrastinate. They're like, "Oh, I'll postpone it to tomorrow and tomorrow, and I'll do it. Oh, I'll do it later and all that stuff." And then eventually, it reaches the point where the thing's almost due, like in an hour or something. Um, sorry, it says, "Please check the." Sorry, this is annoying me. Good. Please check the. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Anyways, it's reaching a point where people whenever they procrastinate, but whenever they get to like the actual thing, like the due date is coming in, people start panicking and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I actually have to work on this." Um, that doesn't happen to me anymore, which is a problem. Basically, I postponed until like it's due, and I'm still not panicking because I keep procrastinating. There was a time where I had an assessment, and it was due, and like we had to submit it online, and basically it was due in like 5 minutes, and I hadn't done half the assessment. Now, you people who are watching the future, you may think uh, I'm being lazy, which is a fair point. Is It's a very fair point. Maybe I am lazy. Maybe I certainly don't know, but it is becoming an issue that I'm trying to solve. I've tried many other things. Like a teacher once suggested to me, try like starting a journal. Like okay, sorry, I'm just really anxious. I'm gonna check if it is recording my audio. Did I put the audio? All right, cool. Sorry. Um, wait, what? Hello? Sorry. Okay, so I'm just getting very distracted. Um, basically, what's happening is I really want to fix this. I want to get better. And I've tried many tactics. One of them, as I said, was starting a journal, but the problem was I procrastinated on the journal. Someone else, a very common solution to procrastination, people usually say, is what do you call it? What's it called? Create highlight videos. Sorry. It's start like a timer. Like people are saying like, oh, if you start for like 30 minutes or just work for 5 minutes, you will most likely keep going and get in, like you'll get into this zone, right, where you will get really hard work, right. The problem, um, I always procrastinate on setting the timer. So like I'll have like the 5 minute, 30 minute timer ready, right? But then I'll procrastinate on it. I'll be like, oh, I'll start the timer later. So it's become a real problem. So a lot of things aren't working, and I will admit I'm trying to blame other factors, but I feel like in the end I've got myself to blame, uh, which is why I've led to this. Oh my gosh. No, so many distractions. Sorry. Which is why I've led to this solution to see if this works. I'm not sure if it works. So far, I haven't been able to talk straight because of all these things popping up. Maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it's a bad idea. It will depend on how much work I get done on this day. So basically, I'm doing an all-nighter. I'm gonna see whether I can do it. And yeah, this is one of my attempts to get better, basically. So, what am I doing an all night on? Well, let's go here. Well, let's go here. And this is the assessment online. So, just to give you a brief overview, I was given 3 weeks to do this assessment. And as you can see from, wait, sorry, it's loading. I haven't started pretty much. Yep. So 3 week assessment, and I have not started this assessment. So let me just give you a brief overview of what this assessment is, and then we'll get into it. Okay. I just noticed that streaming does take up a lot of battery. I don't. This is my first time streaming, by the way. I haven't. If you don't know already, this is my very first time streaming. Very inexperienced. You should have seen me. I spent like half the day and last night trying to figure out how to stream because it was surprisingly a lot more complex than I thought it was. But it's settled. I got the hang of it. I don't have the desktop audio, so you're only hearing the audio from the outside, from the microphone. I don't have a real microphone. I just have the microphone that comes with the MacBook. So basically, yeah, very first time. Clearly, everything is my first time. Um, yeah, but if you've seen my YouTube channel, it's a very small channel. I haven't posted in like a year. Basically, I liked making videos, like especially with the editing. If you're watching my educational videos, large quotation marks on the word educational, um, but basically, I really enjoyed it. Like the videos that I made on certain educational videos, I did really well in like the test when I was tested on the content, right? So Oh, sorry, sorry. What was I doing? Oh yeah, sorry. So basically, one of my other solution was, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a video for all the content that I'm studying. I guess guess what happened? I procrastinated on making videos. It's gone to a point where I'm procrastinating on things that I enjoy to do. Like one thing I like to do is writing. Like I like to write stories. I procrastinate on writing stories. I procrastinate on making videos and all that stuff. So and then the idea of streaming came to mind because streaming. One thing that the reason why I procrastinate so much on videos is because even though I love to edit videos, the amount of uh, the amount of wait, sorry, sorry. Wait. Yeah, yeah. So sorry, sorry. Here's my channel. I should probably show this first. This is the channel. Yeah, okay. So, uh, yeah. Sorry, that was my dad. My dad just walked in. Hi. So this is my channel. I walked in. There are videos that I'm proud of, mostly my educational videos, and videos that I'm not proud of. This was 3 years ago. This was when I was still naive and young and thought, hey, I could be a gaming YouTuber. Didn't work out well. Um, I loved making these videos because the editing, I love putting the funny things. I put an entire montage of it. But what happened was editing took way too long. Like editing, I would stay up till like a.m. in the morning to just finish editing these videos. So it became a point where I began to procrastinate. Yeah, I tend to procrastinate on videos on things that take a while. So that's why streaming came to mind. Because streaming, there's no editing, and there's multiple reasons why I chose editing. Streaming because streaming, um, like I mentioned, it could be a bad idea. This could be a bad idea, but hey, first time's job. This is my first time, so I'm not sure. This could be. What I'm trying to say is streaming. The first thing is that there's no editing. It goes straight to your channel. Um, One of the main reasons why I loved making videos, while also like, so these videos, these educational videos you see, right? These are all assessments that I had to do. So like I mentioned in the videos that like it's like killing two birds with one stone. I get to post content while also like while also posting like while also finishing assessments right there, right? I get to do two things, right? So but and then streaming came a thing. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But then it came to a point where I couldn't finish the video fast enough until the assessment due date because, as I mentioned, I have a um, procrastinating habit now that's gone way too far. This I was gonna like I made a resolution this year that before every test I was gonna make a video on the content of the test. Oh, how naive I was. That didn't work out. Didn't even finish the first one. Um, yeah, so that's why I chose streaming. Because streaming, it's like I will admit, it's like less work. It's a lot easier. It was complex at first, but it's a lot easier. Like not only is it like helps me study, it goes straight to my channel, more content. Although I'm not sure if you can call this content, but yeah. Um, and this is technically like a journal. Journal. I think I'm right now. I'm I'm talking to myself basically. No one's watching, which is good. I have a good. So I need to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Anyways, it's good. I think it's good because one thing that another issue that making videos took is that it took up too much of my MacBook storage. Like each video was like gigabytes big because of how. But streaming doesn't take much storage. Why? Because it's uploaded straight to the channel and not it's nowhere near my thing. So I can do hours of content, add hours of content to my channel, then what's it called? Also like improve my study skills. Um, uh, YouTube career. It's as for my YouTube career, it's not something I want to dedicate myself. There's like it's not something I see myself doing in the future. It's just something I want to do as fun, right? It's been a year since I last posted. I was like, I'm gonna put something on there, and streaming was the, I hope this is still working, but streaming uh was the my solution basically to solution that was my reasoning at least. I hope that made sense. But anyways, that's the reasoning behind why I started streaming. We've already gone for 13 minutes, which is cool. Like that's already longer than most of the videos that I've made. Um, as you can see, it's a mess, by the way. Like, there's AMVs, there's Pixelmon, there's anime, there's educational videos. I wouldn't be surprised if I made a commentary video after this. Anyways, yeah, so streaming has always intrigued me. I find it the easiest as of now when it comes to making videos. Um, but and also like to hold me accountable. So I'm gonna like talk to myself. This talking to myself really helps. I feel like at least I feel like it helps. We'll see how long I last, but it really helps because it's like a journal. As I said, it's like journaling my thoughts, and but it's also like a good thing to like as I work, I can like commentate to myself and all that stuff. And like if I ever want to go back and see what I've done, study, um, I can always what am I saying? I can always go back to see what I said. And I think that's all I have to say before we can start getting in. I've been talking for 15 minutes straight. I didn't know I could talk for that long, but yes, before we start, I want to see if I can watch this stream from my phone and see if I'm actually streaming. Oh wow, it is streaming. Oh wait, I just want to see this. Sorry, this is I'm playing the stream on my thing. That's actually really cool. That's actually really cool. I can see my own stream. I'm gonna turn that off because it's gonna loop. Yeah. Wait. I just want to because I know like if I turn on the radio, sorry, no, if I turn on the audio, it's gonna start looping. Like the audio from my phone is gonna be picked up by my laptop, which will then pick up over and over. But that's cool. I can see the stream from my phone, which is really cool. And now that counts as 2 viewers. It's kind of sad. I'm counted as 2 people watching this. Anyways, let's get straight into the news. No, okay. Let me show you what I have to do and how boned I am, how dead I am. I'm most likely gonna finish it, but I want to do some. I want to do a significant amount of work. Okay, but let me show you what I have to do. Let me read you what I have to do. This task. This is an oral production, so basically, it's something I have to perform in front of my class. So let me just read this. Students will present an oral analysis of a chosen poem from the works of Gwen Harwood, Randolph Stowe, or I can't pronounce that. Considering its significance as Australian literature, the focus will be providing the audience with a detailed understanding of how the poet presents the main ideas, making frequent and direct references to the text. Students will also need to discuss the way a particular response may be encouraged from the audience. Students will speak for 7 to 8 minutes. Shorter or longer presentations will incur penalties, so rehearse your presentation, check its length. Students must also give each class member 1 page of notes or summary of their analysis. For this assessment, you will need to keep the following for your file. All research notes with appropriate bibliography attached if relevant. Final good copy of the presentation, so whether that be palm cards or some sort of visual aids, PowerPoint overheads, and handout for the class with main points and line references used in the presentation, including a list of at least 5 quotes. 5 quotes to memorize. Okay. So that's a lot. So let me just summarize. Basically, wait, let me just. I just need to go Randolph Stowe list poems. Randolph Stowe poems. Here we go. Wait, no, just no. My battery is dying very quickly, but oh well. Okay, I'll do the end. Anyway, so far we've only studied 2 of these, Gwen Harwood and Randolph Stowe. Those are the 2 poems that we have studied. I don't know the third one. I don't think we had time to study the third one because of how things went. But basically, what does it mean by playbacks? Sorry, I'm getting very sidetracked. But what does playbacks mean? Playback stream. What does that mean? I don't get what playback. Streaming video is content sent in compressed form over the internet displayed by the viewers in real time. When streaming or streaming media, web use does not have to wait to download a file player. Instead, the media is sent to continue stream. Uh, playback meaning. What does playback meaning? Previous. The reproduction of previous, a pre-recorded. Okay. What does playback in streaming mean? I'm sorry, I'm not getting very sidetracked, but like I really stream content. Okay, you know what? Okay, no sidetracks, no sidetrack. Back to it. So we have to. I have to choose a poem from either Randolph Stove or Gwen Harwood, and I'm thinking that I might scrap Randolph Stove because I think. Don't get me wrong. Both of these poets, very very deep analysis. You could put very deep analysis into both of their poems. We did a comparison on like what's the difference of Gwen Harwood. I have my notes here, which you cannot see, but I've got basically in paper form um, uh, list of all the several poems which we did look at in class. Some briefly, some deeply. We're not allowed to like look at like if there's a poem that we looked in class, we're not allowed to choose that poem. So I'm just gonna take one from the internet. We did look at like comparisons between Gwen Harwood and Randolph Stowe. Where is it? Sorry, you can't see this, but did I put boring stream in the title? I hope I did because man, this is dumb. This is a terrible idea. I don't know. I haven't done any work. Anyways, so we talked about how like Gwen Harwood is like okay, so they're pretty opposites actually. So Gwen Harwood was married. Randolph was single. Gwen was woman. Randolph was man, of course. Um, how do I explain this? Randolph was a guy who like preferred solitude. Like he wasn't completely alone. He had like he did have um, like family members, but he preferred solitude. Whereas Grant Harwood, she talked with so many people. And one interesting thing you want to know about Gwen Harwood is that she took on personas. You know how poets take on personas when writing poems? Gwen Harwood had multiple personas, as in like what's called like sorry, I just have a mind blank right now. Okay, sorry. Like for example, I can't think of examples, but she had like she would like what some of her personas. Let me give you an example. What in one of her poems, her, she took on the persona of a male poet trying to imitate a female. Yeah, it's that mind blowing. Or at least I thought it was mind blowing. For you, it's probably very boring, but for me, it was like, whoa, I didn't know that. She was very good at seeing things from other people's perspectives. She talked about like a lot of social issues. I believe one of them she stood up for the mistreatment of Aboriginals in one of her poems. Um, there was whereas Randolph is like Randolph. I wouldn't say vague, but I would kind of say that Randolph was like more like how do I say this? He talked a lot about the setting. He was very reflective. He was very. I'm just reading my notes here. He was very. He always talked about landscape. If you studied Randolph, you know that landscape, in, like, is a very big thing for him. Like inner landscape and outer landscape, if you know what that means. Sorry, no. Internal and external landscape. Anyways, I don't get it. um, he was also more educated, and Randolph also moved a lot. He traveled a lot, whereas Gwen didn't travel at all, and and had a like experience in musical. So like in a lot of Gwen Howard's poems, you'd see a lot of allusion to music because she studied music. Anyways, I need a drink. Anyways, now I'm probably dead. probably not going to finish this. Why? Because, well, you see, I haven't even chosen a poem. That's how bad it is. I haven't even started. How many minutes are we into this? We're 20 minutes into the stream, exactly 20 minutes, and I haven't started. Anyways, let me give you a summary of basically what I have to do. I got very sidetracked with that. Basically, I have to choose a poem. I'm going to put from here. Then I have to, first things first, this is an oral presentation, so I'm going to have to, like, so I will actually have to, what's it called? How do I say this? I have to, why is, oh, it's lagging. It's lagging a lot. Basically, I have to pick a poem, close read it, do a close reading, and as it said, see like what the significance is to Australian. I can't read that. Wait, I have the hard copy here. Um, I have to. What's it called? Significance of how the poet presents main ideas. So basically, a close reading, and how it's significant as Australian literature. By the way, if I sound smart talking about this, it's because I'm not smart. It's because I'm actually very dumb. Anyways, it's lagging a lot. I don't think this was a good idea. Can I type? Wow, that lag though. Maybe streaming. Okay, I guess there's always a bad thing to streaming. Wait, I'm gonna wait. Sorry, there's just one thing I want to try. So this is a live chat, right? If I type in, hey, there's 4 playbacks in the chat. You can see the live chat. You can see everything. Hey, there we go. Hey. So yeah, that message I literally got from I literally I literally got my phone. That was from my phone. From my phone. Sorry, I just need to read some messages. Back for the day should be. No, but I think you need to present one. Okay, sorry. Pretty soon. Okay, I cancelled. I I stopped watching the stream from my phone, and now it should go back to just one concurrent viewer. Hopefully, I'm hoping that's gonna change. Does this typing still work? All right, this typing is slowly working, but it's not good. Okay, sorry. What was I saying? What was I saying? Okay, I have to pick a poem. I have to close read it and write a script, like basically what I'm going to say to the class. I have to do a handout. Now this handout I'm going to print. There are 7 people in my class, so I need to print 7 copies of this handout. It's basically a study sheet and I have to give a study sheet of my poem to every single one of my friends. Um, but the thing is, uh, that everyone has to do this. So I'm gonna get handouts from other friends, and they're gonna get handouts from me mostly. Hopefully, this is a brainstorm for like all my sources and stuff. And this is a potential slide. Now, the reason why I say potential slide is because I might not have time to make a slideshow. So it may possibly just be the handouts and the script. I'm guessing there probably will be no time to um, make the potential slide, but it's here. Also, I have another slide here. Basically, if I have to go, I know I know what you're saying, Jason. If you're not expecting anyone to watch this, why have you set this up? This is mainly for like people in the future who watch this, so they can skip better, and also because you never know. Okay, you never know, and I just want it to be official. Um, so if I want to go on the bathroom break or get interrupted or go on a break, probably to get food. Wait, so if I exit this to get snacks, like to get snacks, I'll probably do that, and I'll leave this on, and then I'll come back for that. Anyways, so yeah, let's get started. I'm getting so. You may think, are you gonna read through all of these poems? No, not really. There are 2 poems that interested me, and Basically, I'm going to go for this poem or this poem. How much percentage? 63%. Okay. Wait, I gotta sources. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. Uh, forgot. I forgot to search up. There's a we need to provide a bibliography of our sources, and there's a certain way you have to source your thing. Like for example, you have to put in the date, the author of the thing. Um, I will look into that later. By continuing to use that you accept that. That's just lag. Oh my gosh, the lag is real. Anyways, there are two poems that I've interested me. So I did some preview, some okay. Everything else I think I'm not gonna do. So I have Critics Nightmare and this one. Now you're probably wondering why these two. Okay. Uh, Sorry, this is the wrong one. This is the wrong one.
Once more he tried, before he slept, to rule his ranks of words. They broke from his plan, loud, slouched, and kept their tone, their meaning crude.
Okay, sorry. Didn't expect that. Please don't autoplay. Poems by Glenn Howard, please. Okay, sorry, this is the wrong one. This is not the one I wanted. What was it? Was it Daybreak or was it this one? I can't remember which one it was. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so this one or this one, right? So why Critics Night Watch? Okay, the reason why I did Critics Night Watch is because the word critic. Yeah, I'm not joking. I just like the word critic. This is the poem. It's a bit long. It's very long. Actually, it's very long. The reason why I chose this, it's either this or this one, is because this one is shorter. Yeah, so you're starting to realize how much of a bad student I am. Yeah, so this is. I might choose this one. I don't know. I might. Okay, I need to read these. Obviously, I'm gonna read these. I actually have a reason to read it. Why? Because I'm streaming it. How much streaming? Please check your videos. I don't get. I don't understand this. Why is not? It's not letting me. Um. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, we're already gone for half an hour. I need to blow my nose again. Sorry. Okay. Hello. I'm back. That didn't take that long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just really stressed. This is. I'm not sure if this. It's definitely helped. It's the fact that I'm actually getting into it is a huge improvement, but it's still a bit stressful. It's due tomorrow. I would like to do this more, but likely not the day before it's due. Okay, that's my plan. That's what I plan to do. Anyways, how long have we gone? We've gone for half an hour and we haven't started. Okay, let's start. Let's start. Let's start. Let's read this. Let's read this. Once more he tried, before he slept, to rule his ranks of word. They broke from his planned choir, loud, slouched, and kept their tone, their pitch, their meaning crude, huddled in cliches when pursued, turned with mock elegance to croak. His rivals' tunes they would not sing, that the scene that nagged his sleep away flashed clear again the local king of verse, loose collared and loose lipped, read from a sodden manuscript, drinking with anyone who'd play. Drunk in the critic's favorite bar, hear the voice of the bard, he bellowed. Poets are lovers, critics are mean, solitude masturbators. Come here and join the warm creators, the critic whom no drink has mellowed. Turned to his heel, rough latter scarred his reddened net. The poet roared, run home and take that face that soured your mother's lovely milk from spite, piddled on what you cannot write. At home alone, the critic poured. Gall on the poet's work and polish, carefully prosed. He tore apart meaning and metaphor, demolished diction, syntax, meter, rhythm, called his entire works a crime against the integrity of art, and laid down grinning, quick, he thought, with a great poem that would make plain his power to all. Once more he fought with words. Sleep came, he dreamed he turned to a light vapor, seeped and burned in wordless cracks, and wet grain on grain. Of matter grated, reassumed, his human shaped and called by name, each grain to sing, conducting plumb, enlightening their obedient choir. Dressed as a bride for his desire, towards him, now meek, the poet came. Light sneak beside his bed, the birds began their insistent questioning of silence, and the poet's word prompt by daylight rasped his raw nerves, and the walking world he saw was flat with prose and would not sing. It's about a tree. No. Okay. This poem really intrigues me, like no doubt. Okay, so I want to go back to the part why the word critic, um, interested me, because the thing about critics is I'm a very big fan of the commentary community, and that the commentary community are very critical. So I've also watched movie critics like Your Movie Sucks, I Hate Everything. Um, they're very good YouTubers that I suggest watching. Um, I like critics, so I was thought, you know what, I know a bit about critics and how they work, so maybe, Gwen Harwood back in that time, what were critics like? I could get a go on this. And maybe um, Critics Night Watch. Okay, there's a few things I want to ask myself. Did she write this with a persona? Because this website doesn't tell you whether she wrote these with a persona, which is concerning. Because what if she did write in the persona and I don't mention it, and the teacher's like, oh, by the way. And also, um, what's the story about? Excuse me for a second, I need to read some messages. Yeah, I know. I know when something's due, the last thing I should be doing is reading messages, but yeah, I thought you needed to write looking at this stuff. Yeah, my speech is very long. Whoa. So I'm reading the chat of my. So our English class has a group chat, and I'm reading what they're doing. One of them, like their speech is 11 minutes long. Basically, I'm going to be left in the dust. I'm clearly not going to do. Okay. By the way, another thing why I'm so stressed. I want to bring this up. Okay, I know this is getting sidetracked, but sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay. Sorry, sorry, that was something in my throat. We did a similar assessment like last term, like last semester. But the problem is with the whole Corona thing happening, we had to cancel it. But the thing is, we still had time to do it. So the thing, because of the Corona, teachers were allowed to like skip certain assessment, like trash certain assessment. And one the assessment was this assessment, but another version of it. But we still did it for practice because my teacher thought it would still be good for us to learn that and help each other. And I did it, and I actually did pretty well. In fact, she praised me. Like she was really proud of what I did. Like I definitely put more work into it than I do now. I mean, look at me. I'm, I'm a mess. I'm literally a mess. Um, um, Sorry, I lost my thought. I lost my train of thought. Anyways, she was very proud of me, right? And then when we had this assessment, she's expecting something of equal caliber. She's like, she, so basically, that's also why I'm stressed. She's basically expecting high things from me, which I don't think I'll be able to make up for, concerning that I literally have a single night to do this. Worst case scenario, I tell her that I can't do it, and I lose marks for submitting it late. But thing is, we're on a very tight schedule, so I don't think she can afford that. Anyways, let's do this. Whew, okay, so back to the poem. The thing about one more tangent that I want to say. The thing with these interpretation things with these poems, like you can get many interpretations. interpretations. One of my fears with like poems like this is that is always it's always what do you call it? Always like there are many interpretations. The thing with my interpretation is they tend to be very wrong, like very very wrong. Like you've probably a saying that we like to use in English classes, or at least the teacher likes to use, is sometimes a tree is just a tree. So like some students, they have the problem of like overinterpreting a tree, like no, overinterpreting like a lot of things. Like they'll say, "Oh, the tree, it's got like you see trees like they grow from the ground, they have roots, and roots is signal like symbolizes this, and because of that, this whole poem is like a theme of the, and that's why the tree is evidence for why my point is this and this that, right?" Me, on the other hand, I see a tree in a poem and I'll be like, that's about penguins. Okay, that's exaggeration, but like, I don't know. One time, there was this text that we had to interpret. It was about racism. Yeah, it was about racism. Pretty obvious, theme to pick up, right? I completely didn't pick it up. Uh, to be fair, in my defense, it was during the exam, so I was panicking. But basically, it was a text about racism, and I did not pick up any of the racism, despite the fact that the characters were dark skinned. Um, I read war into it. Yeah, so, anyways, back to this topic. We really need to get this. I might choose this one, actually, now that I think about it. It's not that long, and there's a lot more to digest here. But let's look at this one. Actually, no, let's go back to this one. Clearly, it's about a critic, right? Critic, and this critic, um, he's looked down upon or he's judged. I don't know. I'm just saying random things. The critic is like, for example, he belowed. His critics are mean. Yeah, see, these critics are mean, solitary, masturbators. Um, Turned his hero role in the poet role. The poet. So there's a poet and there's a critic, unless those are the same person. But basically, the poet work is the girl. All the poets in polished prose. I'm sorry if you can't understand a single thing I said, but here it's basically a thing that critics do, right? Look, he tore apart meaning and metaphor, demolished diction, syntax, meter, rhythm, called his entire work. This is basically what critics do. So this is definitely about a critic. He's criticizing poetry, for what I'm saying, because like meter, rhythm, diction, these are all metaphors. These are mostly common in poetry, right? So he's tearing apart all this to sorry, one of my friends just sent a meme. I need to read this meme. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Lay ground grinning, he thought with a great poem that would make great playing power his power to all. Once he fought with words. Fought with words. That's a like a personification. What's up with it? I don't know. It's like I know it's like you get the picture, right? It's like he's not literally fighting with words, but poets and critics, they have a way with words, right? So the way they fight is not with their fists, but with the words in the fist. Their words, sleep came, he dreamed, he turned to light vapor, sleep. Okay, I don't get this. A lot of this I don't get. He reassumed, called my name, so I need a drink. Sorry, going back to the thing. Concurrent viewers got 0 concurrent viewers. That's good. That's really good. Okay. Let's see. Sleep came, he dreamt, he turned to a light vapor of matter, great and reassumed. Light sneaked beside his bed, the questioning of silence, the poem's words prompted the daylight rasped by his raw nerves, and the waking one he saw was flat. 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 Because the earth is flat. That's right. I know the meaning of this poem, guys. What Gwen Harwood? Gwen Harwood's her name? Gwen Harwood was secretly an earth flatter. Wait, no. Earth flatter? Is that how you say? Earth flatter. That's right. This poet secretly supported that the earth was flat. Why? Because the word flat is there. And therefore, she is an earth flatter. What's her name? Flat earther. Sorry. Flat earther. That's right. I'm gonna fail this, man. I'm gonna fail this. Once more he tried. Before he slept, to rule ranks of words. So, like, in the world of poets and critics, like your rank would be judged on like how well your words is, right? How well you use the words, and the more you use the words well, the higher the rank you are. They broke his plain choir almost slouch, kept the tone, the pitch. This is all like related to poems because poetry, sometimes poems are meant to be performed, you get it? The meaning crude, huddled in clinches when pursued. His rival's tune. The critic, when criticizing a poem, the poet is his rival. That's right, the rival's tune. They would not sing. Oh, the sing that night to sleep away. Basically, he found the poem of this poet, and they would not sing, as in like the poet. Oh, music. Like I said, Gwen Howard was a musician. Allusion to music. I don't know what I'm saying. I really don't know what I'm saying. His wife was Jews. They would not sing like so. This poem for him, it was not like poems. They click in certain people. They're like, oh wow, this is so good, and then like other people are like, wow. So he's like this poem. It's not singing to him. That's why it's nagging. He sleep away. Flash, the local king of verse, loose card, loose lip, read from a sudden manuscript. Manuscript. If you don't know what a manuscript, that's like a music thing, like the music sheet, I believe. Please tell me I'm right. Am I dumb? Am I actually dumb? I'm actually dumb, am I? Yeah, I'm dumb. Was traditionally done as written by hand, personal typewriters, as opposed to being. Oh! Oh, never mind. I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. Anyway, drinking with anyone from. Oh, written on the manuscript. Ron laughed, scorned his sword. Okay, wait, turned on this. Rough laughter scored his reddening neck. The critic, whom no drink had mellowed. So, this critic was so bothered by this poem that not even getting drunk could help him get out of this thinking, right? He turned his head, rough laughter, his reddening neck. The poet roared, "Run home and take that face that soured your mother's lovely Malcolm's right. Piddled on what you cannot write. Piddled on what you cannot write. The critic, right, cannot write himself. That's right. Okay, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. At home, I hope you guys can hear what I'm thinking. My thought process is very all over the place. Is this wow? This is so cool. I hope you know this. I hope you can get something from this. I hope this stream is categorized as educational. So I hope you get like small things. I don't expect you to learn the entire meaning of life from the stream, but I at least please do some. I want to be some sort of help to my viewers. Um, it says I want no one's what's this? Wait, YouTube is not receiving enough video maintained to smooth stream. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I have 47%. That's not a good thing. That's not good. That's not good. I will have to move eventually because I will make a thing for that. I will have to. I think I might choose this. I feel like I can get more from this poem rather than this one. Oh yeah, one thing that I want to do is that worst case scenario, if I literally can't think of anything, I'm gonna research. I'm gonna see what other people have to say. But the thing I'm concerned with is in the group chat that we set up in the English people, they're all saying that they cannot find any research on the poem that they're doing, which is really concerning, because that was what I'm gonna rely on. Yeah. Anyways, this was my. Okay. Anyways, I might do this one. Wait, let me read this poem. How much? Man, this eats your battery. It really eats your battery. Error. So open widget. What's this? Warning. Please check the content which is not optimal. How do you check this? I don't get how you do this. YouTube is not receiving as such and will experience buffering. I don't mind that. I'm not even gonna get viewers. Excuse me? Sorry, I'm getting very sidetracked. How do you check the resolution of a resolution stream? How to check current resolution of stream. You can tell I'm very new to this. Maybe it's just my computer. Maybe it's just my How to how to change the quality. I don't know if you can hear, but my MacBook is currently very what do you call it? Very overheating, but it should be fine. It always does this. Um, how do I check the resolution? Should I just ignore it? I think I'm just gonna ignore it. There's no time. There's really no time. I really resolution. Warning, please check resolution. The current resolution is 1. What does this mean? What does this mean? Live stream error messages. Here we go. Please, please. How do I fix this? Sorry, I'm very sidetracked. Maybe this was a bad idea, but anyways. Incorrect statement. But okay, we recommend you use an audio file. We recommend. I don't get. You know what? I'll look at it later. We have no time for this. As long as it works. As long as it works. At the very least. Wait, I'm just gonna quickly. I'm gonna quickly watch my stream and see if there's any issues with it. If there's no issues, I will keep going. Sorry, I'm gonna go back so it doesn't playback. I'm very scared of these playbacks. The full playbacks. I'm not sure what those mean. Wait, I'm just gonna quickly check my stream on my phone to see if it's working properly. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Sorry. It seems fine. It seems fine. I really had nothing to worry about. I had really nothing to worry about. I really need to ignore this, and I really need to get to work. Okay, let's read this poem. Okay. The thing about this poem, I have no idea how to pronounce this. Maybe I shouldn't do this poem, but let me just quickly read it. So hungry sensitive that he craves day and night the pap of praise. He will raise his grapes of finger paint in blood on hot blood on the public page. The ordinary world must be altered to circumvent his rage. He'll tell with stylish Angus, of course, the inmost secrets of our bed. Words are far more worse than drugs. There is no hope or surfeit or remorse. The world lies wild and warm. No kiss, no child, no prayer will keep it here. I'll wash the floors, he'll wash the stars. I'll salt his life with common sense. He'll suck my lap and wriggle down the crude mouth of his private hell. Visions have no equivalent. He'll die of drink and candy bars. Okay, first thing that comes to mind is Gwen Harwood's husband, because Gwen Harwood was married. Now you may get the the impression that she hated her husband. No. My teacher made very clear that she was very content with her life, with her marriage life. There were things that she did regret. I won't get into that, but she was mostly content. But let's just quickly breeze over this. So hungry, sensitive, that he craves day and night. Always wanted to be praised. His ease of fingerprint in heart's broad of public page. In heart's broad of a public page. Public page. The first thing I think of is newspaper. Like he finger paint. He'll ease his grip of finger paint. So the way he'll ease his grips of finger paint in heart's blood on the public page. Like, I don't know, the way he calmed himself down was to talk about his life on the newspaper. I don't know. The ordinary world must be altered to circumvent his rage. So yeah, so basically he was very angry to a point where I'm taking this literally. Which is not a good thing you should do with poems, by the way. He'll tell with, by the way, are we up to an hour? Are we up to an hour? Oh, we're almost up to an hour. Okay. What time is it? It's 8:30, which is not that late. Surprisingly, I was expecting I might pull an all-nighter. Actually, I might full on pull an all-nighter. I will have to charge my computer and take several breaks. But yeah, so let's see. He'll tell with stylish anguish, of course, the inmost secrets of our bed. So like he's exposing Gwen like to the public, and like he's gonna stylish Angus, of course. So basically, like very sarcastic. Basically, she's saying like he'll tell the story, but in a very biased way, so that people feel sorry for him and not her. That's what I get. Words are far worse than drugs. Okay, yeah. I think that can be taken. There is no hope or suffering or remorse. The world, like this, is a very negative poem, man. This is like this probably one of the themes of this is husband versus wife life, like how a wife should treat the husband and how a husband should treat the wife, and like the life from it clearly, like, and evidence is that is, stereotypically the mom, the mother, the wife is the one who washes the floor. He'll watch the stars. So stereotypically the guy is the one, the husband is the one that um, goes out to work and chases his dreams, and the wife sorts. Oh yeah, and stereotypically the wife is the one that speaks emotional common sense into the thing. Because the thing with husbands and men is that we're very emotionally stupid. I'm kidding. It's like we don't get that much. So like when it comes to like social life and all that stuff, women are, tend to be more knowledgeable. Stereotypically, sorry, please don't accuse me of sexist. I'm not sexist. This is stereotypical. He will suck my sap and figure down the crude mouth of his private hell. Very strong words here. Private hell, vigor, salt, suck, crude. Visions have no equivalent. He'll die of drinking candy bars. Drink being like, alcohol, and candy bars being, I don't know. So very interesting. I could, oh man, now that I've read both, I could equally do both. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. This one's kind of good, but this is long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stanzas. 8 stanzas. How much do I have? Okay. This has 3 stanzas. 8 stanzas of study. Or 3 stanzas. Now, you think that maybe going for the shorter one is the best course of action, right? Wait, so I need to blow my nose again. Sorry. Okay, so he craves every night day perhaps praise. He erases grips of fingerprints in hot state of a public page. Alright, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's very, very. The first thing that comes to my mind is Gwen Howard and her relationship with her husband. And I get very negative connotations from this. I was told that Gwen was content with her marriage life, but now I'm doubting that just from reading this. He's so hungry sensitive. The vocabulary and the tone is just very. Everything about the tone and the vocabulary is just very. What do you call it? Like the he'll tell with stars. Angus. Why is Angus? Why is this word capitalized? Hmm? Huh? Huh? Uh, sorry. My teacher always told me to ask yourself questions that you have to answer. So why is this capitalized? Why is there 3 stanzas? Oh, sorry. That reminds me. Sorry. What was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about like loosely. Obviously, you would go for the shorter one, right? But if there's one thing I've learned about literature, um, there's one thing I've learned about literature. It's that things on the surface never never take things that are based purely on the surface, because that can really mess you up. Sometimes things that seem complicated are the most simple and easy ways, and things that seem easy turn out to be so complex that you end up failing. And the thing about, okay, so there here I'll weigh my options, right? If I take the bigger one, I have more to ingest. I have more to, like, more evidence I could put in for, and like more quotes, right? Here, but it would take longer. It would take longer. It's surprising. For example, I thought it was 10, but it's only 9:42, which is good. Um, I might take a break after this. Um, I might take like a 5 minute break. The critics favor Bob, but the thing is, though, I might. yeah, the thing it'll take longer. This one it'll take shorter, but thing is, with I believe the teacher would expect more because we looked with less with less things to read. Because ideally, if there are less things to read, you have more things to interpret. I mean, like no, like you can focus more on the interpretation rather than the reading, right? You don't have to focus too much because there's not much reading. But what do I do? What do I do? Okay, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take a break because I need to charge this. Well, I'm gonna take a yeah, I'm gonna take a break to get snacks and everything. I need to talk to see if my thing is still ready. I don't know what playbacks are. Oh wait, here we go. The total number of times this has been loaded, including refreshes and changes of camera. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Um, Average one. So here we go. The total number all users spent watching the broadcast. Okay, sorry. Okay, whoa, we've gone for exactly an hour. Okay, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna think about it because I could, I can see myself looking at both of these equally. But the thing is, I don't want to go on both. One time, we were given one of our assessment was to write a short story, right? And I love writing. I mentioned before that I really love to write. And what I did was I wrote two short stories for one short story, and I literally like did a comparison between which one I should do first. And I could see myself doing it with this one if I had time. I do not have time, so I need to choose which one I want to choose with this one. Okay, I'm gonna take a short break. It won't be long, but I'm gonna leave this on for a while. Break to get snack. Um, I'm gonna charge it. I'm also gonna have to move, but then yeah, I'm gonna take a break for like probably a couple of minutes and then come back. So yeah, I'll be yeah. So I'm gonna put this on. Present break on break. Wait, no, on break. Sorry, it has to be on break. No. Sorry, I'm very OCD about this. So if for those watching in the future, right, basically you just have to skip to the point where this is no longer on the screen. Okay, on break to get snacks. Okay, okay, so several things. I need to charge my thing, and I'm gonna have to move from here to my charging place because unfortunately the place where I was sitting is not even close to where my charger is. Anyways, I'm going on break. See you guys. I'll be right back. I'm still on the break. I'm still on the break. Just seeing if this is still going. Live stream assessing time. Please check for data. The 5 playbacks. Break to get snacks. Okay. Sorry. I'll be back. Sorry, I'm still on break. There's a few things I need to do. Sorry. I'm not ready to come back. Yep. Sorry. Hi, I'm back. Back at it again with another video. Hello. Oof. Okay. Is it still going? Okay. So, okay, I didn't take a break for that long. Wasn't on a break for that long. I hope it didn't. I hope it didn't pause the thing. Does it? Okay, I don't know. Wait, just checking if my audio's still right. Okay, I am sitting in a different place, as in I might be a bit further than the thing. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out is that one thing that really hindered my progress was like sometimes I'd get into the zone, right? And then and I'll do and yeah, believe it or not, I have gone into the zone and I've been very productive. But then I told myself, all right, I'm going to take a short break, and then this short break turns into a year. The short break turns into 5 decades. The short break turns into an entire legacy of me just postponing the work. But now my breaks can't be that long. Why? Because I'm now conscious of the fact that I'm streaming. Right? This might work, right? You probably think this was a bad idea, but I think it's a great idea. Because now my short breaks can't be that long because I'm conscious I'm just left the live stream on. Anyways, time to get back to work. Okay, I've decided I'm gonna do this one. Good excitement. I believe I don't know. I feel like I did have something, but I feel like um, very surface level interpretation. I mean, to be honest, this is also a surface level interpretation, but um, I don't want to be that guy who chooses the short one. Like this one in particular, this line in particular really interests me. Like the idea of a guy exposing the secrets of his wife. But I feel like it's a lot deeper than that. I mean, I feel like this is also a lot deeper, but I've decided Critics Night Watch because there's more. I feel like that would help me more. I can say the word. Sorry, not Night Watch, and I can even say the title properly. So goodbye. Things I what I like about streaming is I can now go back and see what I was thinking through the course. You see, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that with my regular eye, right? So like I'll be like, oh, what was I thinking before, and all that stuff. So I can now go back. The fact that I have something to go back on is kind of cool. The thing is, though, it is 1 hour long, so I'm not sure whether that's going to be difficult for me to go back and try to see. Because the thing is, I also want a funny montage. I've made a few jokes, and I do want to put in the highlight, like make a highlight video at one point. But I feel like watching that, I'm gonna have to go through hours of stream again. Oh well, oh well then. Let's do this. Before that, I am so sorry. I just took a break, but there's something I need to confirm. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so I just wanted to check on my little sister. She's sleeping. Um, sorry, I accidentally woke her up during my break because I thought she looked really. Yeah, I accidentally woke her up. Um, so I just wanted to check. I wanted to check that I wasn't talking too loud to see if she could. I just asked her to see if she could hear me from there, but she said she couldn't hear me, which is good. Um, I'm not talking insanely loud. So, anyways, I'm gonna copy and paste this into the. Uh, If you finish, can you please let me know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Um, okay, sorry for the interruption. That was my mom. She. Okay, so the thing with my thing. The thing is with my mom is me and my mom. She we share a laptop because she needs this laptop for teaching. Um, she needs this laptop for teaching. So um, that's the thing. So that's another annoyance. Thing is, I have a Chromebook, but I don't think you can stream on the Chromebook. I tried, but there's too many restrictions on the Chromebook. The school puts way too many restrictions. I mean, like I don't think I can even download what do you call it? That software you need to live stream. So that's why I use the thing. My mom just asked if I was still using the MacBook. I'm gonna quickly check on her. Sorry, again, this is not an interruption. How long has it been? For 15 minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly ask my mom, see how like if she needs my if she really needs my if she really needs my MacBook. I'm so sorry. I need a quick. Wait, which one? Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. Sorry, there was no interruption. My mom. I don't know if you just heard me. If I just sounded like I was just rumbling. My mom just came in and she asked. She uses my MacBook for teaching, and like she needs my MacBook. So I just need to ask like how desperately she needs it because I was planning to go for like 3 hours with this. Please, please wait. Please wait. Okay, sorry. I'll be right back. Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, did it crash? Did it just crash? Did the whole thing just crash on me? Oh no, 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 please. Oh, okay, phew, it did. It did. Okay, for a second there, I thought it had crashed on me. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, something just happened. Something just happened. My mom, she needs my computer, but she needs it for like 10 minutes. She only needs it for like 10 minutes, and then she's done. And I'm gonna use it for like hours. So my only option, so I've decided that I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna stop the stream here. 1 hour and 19 minutes. It's not that. It's good, I guess. It's good. Um, I have to end the stream here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna continue 10 minutes after this. I really have to stop. Um, quickly let my mom borrow it, and then I'm gonna start another stream shortly after this. I don't know how to pause a stream. Wait, actually, is there a way? I need to quickly check. Can you pause a stream? Can you pause a stream and continue later? Sorry. Though you can pause anytime you're watching, it's not possible to pause your own break. If you want to take a break from it, you just have to stop the stream. Okay, I have to stop the stream. Okay, is this still going? Very laggy. Very laggy. So basically what's gonna happen, I just explained it. I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm gonna give it to my mom to borrow. It says I'm poor. Uh, and then I'm gonna start another stream because the thing is my mom only needs it for a little while and I'm gonna use it for like hours. So I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna make another one after this. After my mom finishes using it. A stream 1 hour 20 minutes, not so bad, I guess, but like we barely did anything. We did some work, which I'm proud of. That is improvement. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream and then I'm gonna start another one. Oof.